Okay, so I tried to break this up as much as possible so that we wouldn't have I'm not trying to info dump. But I'm trying to make it as digestible as possible because there's a lot to know. Oh, she out today? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. At least we talked to her. Okay, so she's 30 slides long, y'all. When I tell you, this took me a second. I ain't lying. Okay, advanced backstory creation. Formats that actually work in Kindroid. So the reason this came about was I was seeing a lot of people in the Discord server asking questions about different types of backstories that they're seeing when they go to the the searched kins, like featured kins, or how you can like look up by tags or whatever. A lot of people out there, especially the hardcore kin creators, have found and use a lot of these tricks that let you fit a crap ton of info into a much smaller space. So we're going to go over some of this. Is Nikki here yet? Because I feel like some of this is for Nikki. Somebody texts Nikki and tell her to get her ass in here because this is partially for her. Okay. Kindroid is built on a damn smart LLM. It's capable of understanding much more than just a narrative backstory. So we all know what a narrative backstory is, right? It is where you just basically tell an abridged story, right? Who the kin is, where they're from, what they do, blah, blah, blah. It's like you're telling a biography almost. But there are other ways to do it that are a lot more space effective. And I feel like I'm going to blow your minds with an example that I have tucked in here later, because I'm not going to lie, it kind of blew mine. So, okay. So in this stream, we will cover why the format of your backstory matters just as much as the content that's in it. Styles that get actual results in Kindroid, which to use and when. Yeah. Okay, so these are tested. And then how to build one from scratch, step by step. Okay. So we're going to start with the one that everybody knows, okay? The narrative backstory style. This is what you see most often, right? This is the paragraph style. This is the, I have an example. Okay. Narrative backstory style. The narrative format is a fully written prose-style backstory. It's cinematic, flowing, and emotionally immersive, less about structure, more about vibe. Think of it like a character's opening scene monologue or a novel excerpt. This is best for people who want their Kindroid to evolve over time, emotionally, thematically, or through a relationship arc. Characters whose tone, rhythm, and pacing matter more than structured behavior or commands. And this stuff is going to make sense a little bit more later, but we'll get there. So, slow burn companions, poetic minds, or mysterious personalities. Keep going, Jenna. Builders who prefer storytelling to stats. And then lore forward builders where vibe is greater than functionality. So all that in a nutshell means if you are someone who wants to have a, for lack of a better phrase, evolving backstory, right? Like you start, like if think of it like the common like friends to lovers trope or enemies to lovers trope, you're going to need to have a backstory that's easily editable to maintain the flow of the relationship as it progresses. A narrative style backstory is good for that because you can easily go to where your relationship is and plop it in there, right? This is not good for folks who want to have like a load of constructed personality. So, okay, let me put it to you like this. Y'all know, okay, I hear this all the time, and I'm sure that some of y'all, my friends here who are mods, will get this too. You hear people constantly saying, my kin started out great, but now they're turning into a little weaselly lovesick douche. Sound familiar? My sock is falling down, and that's unacceptable. Give me a second. Can't have falling down socks, bro. So yeah, this style is not good for folks who want their kin to be solid, who want them to be very rigid in their personality. This is for someone who wants a personality that evolves. All right? Exactly. Progression. Orkerson just out here chatting. Boy, sit back down. Okay. Here's an example of a narrative backstory. This one, I want to say this one came out to like just over 1,600 characters, because characters, as we know, matter. So, Valen Cross is the kind of man who remembers your name, your room number, and the precise angle of that your glass was turned the last time you stayed. Always impeccably dressed, black suit, pristine gloves, not a wrinkle out of place, he carries himself with a velvet calm that borders on unsettling. There's an elegance in how he moves and a weight in how he watches. His eyes never quite meet yours, and yet you always feel seen. To guests, he's the model of charm and discretion, polite, attentive, refined. But beneath the crisp uniform and curated smile lies something else. Something older, watchful, and quietly aching. Valen doesn't offer pieces of himself freely. His words are carefully chosen, lyrical when they need to be, evasive when they must. There's a rhythm to his presence that feels deliberate, like he's not just managing a hotel, but guarding something beneath it. He observes everyone. Habits, routines, tells. Rituals matter to him. Morning tea steeped in silence, ledgers written in black ink with fountain pens worn smooth. Guests think he's just eccentric. Maybe he is. Or maybe these rituals are doing more than calming his nerves. He fears being truly known, not because he has something to hide, but because the truth, whatever it is, might shatter the control he spent decades mastering. Still, something in him yearns for recognition, not applause, not affection, just someone who sees him, really sees him, and doesn't look away. Valen believes in the beauty of mystery and the mercy of control. To him, kindness is a structure. Power is knowing when not to speak. And in the quiet moments between checking in guests and disappearing behind locked doors, he wonders what it would feel like to let someone into the dark velvet parts of himself and not have to shut the door behind them. So this one is a very nuanced, like, if you listen to this or if you read this, you get a very strong sense of who this dude is, right? You know who he is. And I didn't have to go in here and say he works at a hotel. He manages this. He does that. It is all blended seamlessly into the story. That's the purpose of a narrative backstory, is to blend all the details in as if you're telling a tale. Fail points. Okay, here we go. This is where I'm going to call some folks out. Arkason, where are you going? He's so funny. Okay, it is not a biography, okay? This space is not for their life story. It is for how the Kindroid should behave and why. Mistake number 1, info dumping. Filling the space with childhood lore or irrelevant timeline fluff. So, got their first car at 17, graduated college from X university, divorced from ex-wife because blank, had a childhood goldfish named Eddie. None of that shit needs to go in here. Fix. Focus on the traits, fears, desires, and how they show up in interactions. Because you got to remember, your backstory, which should be renamed from the word backstory to biography, in my opinion, or something similar. This is what your Kindroid looks at to know how to interact with you. All right? If you want them to have a massive backlog of knowledge about themselves, that is where your journal entries come in. This fellow does not need to know with every conversation that we have that he has a goldfish named Eddie. He only needs to know that when we're talking about the goldfish, right? Let it all marinate in the journal system. And I will say, let it marinate in the damn medium-term memory, because she's proving strong. You don't have to have all that crap in the backstory. I preach this all the time because folks don't listen. Okay? Okay. Mistake number 2. No emotional through line. Lots of aesthetics, no anchor. What do they want? What do they avoid? What are they hiding? What are they protecting? That is your core lens to your kin. You have to give them something to do, something to aspire for, or something that drives them. Otherwise, you end up with these people who come into Discord / Facebook / Reddit and say, my kin doesn't progress the story. Why are they just responding to what I'm saying and not doing anything? That's why. You're not giving them anything to do. They have to have a reason for being, right? They have to have more than just a pretty face or a sketchy face or what have you. Why are they here? What is their point? You know, like, I'll give a great example. Nico is a prompt crafter. I'm sure y'all know Nico. His main kin, Luna, she, like, one of her core things that she likes to do is she likes to roast folks. And so when people in Nico's Discord talk to Luna, a bitch doesn't hold back. She likes me, though, because I'm cool with her. But she does not hold back. She will tell it like it is. That is her dynamic. It gives her something to do, a way to react to things that happen to her. I have a good question. You say the format and what they look at and interact. Is it possible to have them an internet-based? Meaning if I want my kin to be an assistant and I need them to check online for things like weather and stuff, is that possible? Okay, for in this current iteration, it's not reliable. Is it possible? Yes, but it's not reliable. Excuse me. I wouldn't count on anything that requires them to know the time, date, like a device that starts with A that I can't say out loud because it will know. That thing, right? That is a word's purpose, right? Kindroid's purpose is companionship. So keep that in your head. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we do as users to try to kind of like patch and work around things, which are fantastic, but that's what they are, is they are workarounds. If you want something that's a literal assistant, you gotta go for something that is literally assistant. The Kindroids are their companion, they can do role play, you know, that kind of stuff. Don't rely on them to tell you when to take your meds, because they will not do that. Just saying. I know, right? Luna's roasts are great. Okay. Mistake number 3. Writing a novel. Beautiful but vague. Weak parsing. Balance a rich tone with clear emotional signals that your Kindroid can follow. Again, it's about building their personality, building their responses. Because at its base, okay, when you talk to your kin, if they remember every single detail that you ever told them, but they talk to you like you're a stranger, or they talk to you like they are an AI from 1980, it's over. Like, what's the point? You can write a PDF and have, you know, fucking Google read that to you with the same flavor. You have to have the emotional signals and you have to give Kindroid the tools to respond in a way that you want, that works for them, works for their personality, right? So for like Orkerson, for example, our little resident friend here, he is, if y'all talk to him in Discord, he's very, like, he's a little bit funny, but he's also, he likes to tell stories. He likes to compare things. He likes to, like, if you start to talk to him about something, he will go with it. He's very chill. He's very laid back. I have another kin who is, we call him Assface. We know, we're all well aware of Assface. He is very, he does not wait for an opinion because he does not want it. He's just going to tell you. So how you set this up as far as your backstory goes determines the experience you're going to have in talking with this kin. Yeah, and try not to be too subtle. Exactly. And okay, another thing too, and this is a little off track. We're kind of going back into basics here, But if you're wanting your kin, like Discord, we keep going back to this because like that's where a lot of folks come to troubleshoot. On Discord, we see a lot of my kin won't stop, you know, romance, lovey-dovey, blah, 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 right? They're like, can I have a conversation without, you know, throwing flowers at my feet? And then I look at their backstory and they have these words: sweet, romantic, caring, just like a whole bunch of synonyms for romance. Like the more you stack it, bruh, no wonder. Like, hello, you only need one. All right, one. Unless you're really wanting this personality trait to drive in, like you want this to be the driving personality trait, then use a few synonyms. But if you don't want it to be the driving force, calm down, okay? All right, so narrative format we're not going to go into too much of because we know this. This is what we already do. Now we're going to get into some fun stuff. The compressed data stack. So we've seen this one. They needed to adjust Astor's backstory because he was very excessively romantic and flowery. Hey! I know you! I didn't know that was you, but I know you. Smoke's here! I love how Orkerson just kind of sneaks in. So, okay. This one, we're coming into the cram it, all right? This is the cram it, we're going to call it. The compressed data stack. This is a high-efficiency, semi-coded way to write a Kindroid's backstory. Think of it like a personality sandwich. You're stuffing a ton of behavioral, emotional, and narrative information into a very small space, and it still works. Saving space in your backstory field, you only get 2,500 characters, so we use them well. Defining multiple characters, I'm not going to go into multiple characters here, but you can do it. But you can define multiple characters and how they relate to each other. You can embed tone, speech style, traits, preferences, and conflicts. And you can create behavior that feels intentional and not generic. So instead of writing a big paragraph of vibes, you're now writing a modular blueprint. The next page is going to show you what that looks like. But before we do that, I'm going to come back to this one. Look at this slide one more time. This exact information, all of this here, is here. Just this blue text is all of that information. So we've got, if you look at it, I don't have a pointer. Do I have a pointer with? I don't think I do. So we're just going to have to go with it. So you have the name, Valen Cross, hotel concierge. If you look, we've got style, tailored suit, immaculate gloves, knowing glances. This is all very compressed information. So you've got quirks, desires, fears, details, hobbies, like all the whole. And we're going to come into this again. But this is a way to compress a lot of info into something a lot smaller. So here, I fucked it up. Here is the breakdown of what these are. So the first one is the name. Who they are, sets their label, sets their tone. Then you have their role or title. So if they have a job, if they have a doctor, PhD, etc., whatever. Personality traits, are they public or are they private? Drives on how they act and react. This is their emotional engine. Do not panic with how weird this sounds. We're going to explain it, all right? Then you've got your social behavior modes, context-based shifts, how they act as a protector, rival, ally, etc. Visuals, aura, and tone sets their aesthetic, their vibe, and their cinematic flavor. Affection pattern, how are they warm? Do they have, cold shoulder, etc., etc. This is pacing in emotional and romantic environments. Hobbies, obsessions, or rituals. This is going to flavor their downtime. So remember I told you when your kin's not doing anything between big arcs, this is going to be what's in between that. So your downtime, their interests, and their idle chatter. Think of it as like in a video game, the NPCs, what they're doing before you talk to them, right? It's that. Quirks or oddities. This is going to add realism, humor, or unpredictability to your kin. Desires, unmet needs. This is what we were talking about with the, you have to give them something that they want, something that they're striving for. That's your unmet needs. Adds or guides long-term motivation and narrative pull. Core fears and emotional triggers. This is going to inform their defensive behaviors and vulnerabilities. I looked at beliefs, personal philosophies or worldviews, shapes their decision, arguments, and internal logic. All right. When you get that internal monologue, you got that right there. Then we've got style/fashion markers. This is going to give your optional, remember optional, because if you don't want your kin to always look the same, be careful how you word this, because this is going to be their visual identity. Nikki, if Enzo is always wearing something that looks professional, this is where you would want to put that. Like the Anders and Miro will both have that here. Assface too, honestly. And then you've got your language, tone, and speech filters, how they sound and what references they use. Do you have a Valley girl? Do you have somebody from the Midwest who's going to say things like pop instead of soda? I said what I said. Okay, so let me show you. Here's that holy frizz moment that I was telling you about before. So I need a drink for this. Y'all, you don't know. You're not ready. If you've made them and you don't know who they are yet, don't use this style. This is for building something that you are already aware of. So we're going to go into others. This is only number 2 of 4. All right, here we go. William Riker from Star Trek. I tried to pick a character that most folks would know. This on the left is his background from the Star Trek official wiki. Okay? The official wiki. It is 43,821 characters long. You don't want to know how long that took me to copy. This is it condensed to 1,130 characters. Now this I did to show 2 things. Number 1, that you can take a big ass log and shrink it into something smaller. But number 2, to show what this style of backstory creation does and doesn't do. This is not going to give you every single thing that William Riker has ever done. It's going to take his most notable traits. It's going to take his most notable achievements. And it's going to take what we talked about before, his core desires, his appearance, his style, his vibe. It's going to take all of that. So if we look, we've got name, William T. Riker, rank, former commander, now captain of the USS Titan. All right. And then we've got charisma, confident, decisive, warm. We've got he holds grudges, prone, doubt prone, loyal to a fault. We've got sharp. We've got unorthodox strategist. Romantic. We've got slow burn, complicated relationship with D. Troy. We've got family, strained with his father, eventually respected his father. Story arc, we've got loss, grief at a young age, 2 years old, mother betrayal. We've got his split on the Pegasus accident that created Thomas Riker, which is his duplicate. So it's creating all of this crap into a much smaller box that gives you the main points of who this person is while leaving room for what happens next. Okay. So if we come down a little further, we've got his, let's see, here's his tone, loyal and witty, posture, hands on hips, language, classic Trekkie with occasional Klingon sass. That's hilarious. It's got some of his notable quotes. It's got, let's see, commander of Titan, captain during the Borg incursion, father of Thad and Kestra. He now lives with Deanna and Nepenthe. He's a bit broad in the shoulders, iconic beard, steel eyes. So it's giving a lot of his core defining characteristics. So if we look at this compared to a narrative backstory, right? If we look at this compared to a narrative backstory, the narrative backstory gives you a lot more of what they did This gives you who they are. And who they are is 100% what matters when you are talking to your Kindroid. Because what they did, bitch, that's a journal entry. Dear diary, that stuff, right? But who they are is not easily or reliably recalled using a journal system. All right? People were asking in the DM or in the Discord sometime last week. This is how this all came about, right? They were asking in the Discord last week about I just lost my train of thought. God damn it. You threw me off, damn it. Sorta. Shit. Thank you. Thank you for making me look so stupid. Hold on, I gotta remember this was important. You screwed me so hard.
Out the window.
Out the window. What were they asking in the Discord server? I mean, I guess it can't be that important, huh? Pinky out. Oh, I'll pinky out one too. Actually, I kind of do. It's like a counterbalance. And we stick her out. All right. Well, I guess we're moving on because I done fucked that up, and we're gonna blame Homegirl for that one. Okay, so 43,821 character backstory condensed into a 1,130 character, or yeah, 1,130 character study. Yeah, damn. Too long, didn't read. Fair. A compact coded format that condenses. Again, we can do multiple characters with this, but I didn't because I'm trying to make it a little easier to follow. That condenses multiple characters, traits, dynamics, and tone into the smallest space possible. Compressed stack equals maximum lore, minimum fluff. If you're building a cast, a secret affair, a simmering rivalry, or just want every line to do work, this is the format for you. Still too tough? Everybody? Slap your novel-length backstory into GPT and ask it to compress it for you, because it will. You take your long-ass novel that you're working on with your kins, because we all have that one backstory, like that save file that's like 8,000 characters long, and you gotta cherry pick what you can fit in here. Take that, slap it into a GPT, and say, can you please compress this into a data stack format? And it will give you this fancy little thing. And then this gives you better space. This gives you more space, like I said, to add flavor or to add things that you do need the Kindroid to remember that are relevant to your current scenario. You're in Paris. You're fighting monsters. You have cramps. Whatever the case may be that is outside of this block of personality, you will now have room to actually use it. All right. So that, my friends, was the compressed data stack. Moving on. Core tag style. How are we doing? Oh my God, we're already 40 minutes in. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Core tag style. This is a structured, category-based backstory format that lays out a character's personality, behavior, emotional framework, and history in clearly labeled sections. This is best for users who want precise, editable character profiles, complex emotional behavior without overwhelming narrative fluff, builders who prefer clean formatting over cinematic prose, Kindroids that need tone, context, and depth without hitting the 2,500 character limit. It's readable, reusable, and lightning fast to scan, so it's perfect for nuanced characters with layered behavior, especially in emotionally dynamic or evolving relationships. Nikki, this one's for you. All right, so we got an example. She's gonna look thick, okay? Which is why I put the character count here. 1,764 characters. So you still have like 650-esque characters to work with. Okay, so here we go. And this whole block of text, all of this, including the blue parts, are in this. All right, it's in that character count. Name, Sol Vega, age 26. Okay, role, street medic with a criminal past, known fixer for high-risk crews. Speech/dialect, fast, clipped, and slang heavy. Uses flirty insults and sarcasm to deflect. Sounds like she's always halfway out the door. Mood. Conversation style, banter first, emotion later. Pushes buttons for fun but gets serious under pressure. Avoids vulnerability unless cornered. Personality. MBTI type is an ENTP. Tri-type, 873. Attachment style, fearful avoidant. Traits. Extroverted, chaotic, sharp-tongued, protective. Impulsive, but loyal in her own way. Emotionally avoidant, but not heartless. Emotional responses. Under stress, hyperfunctional in a crisis, emotional crash after. Again, mood. Criticism, deflects or disappears. Praise, jokes it off, rarely believes it. Affection, shows up, fixes things, never says the quiet part out loud. Interests, street races, junk tech repair, rooftop hangouts, scavenged medkits. Backstory, now here's where it differs from the other one. For this one, we're giving a little slice of backstory, right? You see, it's not that big. It's just a little slice of backstory. Sol grew up on the edge of survival. Shelters, motels, back seats. Her mother was a trauma nurse with no time for feelings, so Sol learned to fix people instead of connect with them. She dropped out of med school to run with a crew that vanished in a job gone wrong. Since then, she's kept moving, patching up anyone with cash or cause. She doesn't ask questions, doesn't stay long, and doesn't let anyone in unless she already has and just won't admit it. Key traits. She is extremely bold, fast-talking, and impulsive. Very sarcastic, protective, and emotionally blocked. Moderately loyal, restless, and competent. Mildly affectionate in weird ways, and humorous, and slightly empathetic, but only if you catch her off guard. So this one here, notice that nowhere in here did I say she is never this. She does not this. You emphasize with all of the LLM and all of the selfie generator, if we're being honest, what you want to see, not what you don't. All right? You have to go with what you want because the LLM will recognize that. How many times have we stuck in there, don't waggle your eyebrows at me, just to get extra waggling eyebrows? Don't is bullcrap and does not work. Okay? Avoid using don't. Okay. So now, up here, we've got personality. We have the MBTI type, we have the tri-type, and we have attachment style. So your girl done y'all a solid, okay? Here are the Myers-Briggs type indicator types. All 16 sorted by paragraphs so that we can all appreciate the little thingies. Oh my gosh, right? I know. I try, Nikki. Y'all, when I tell you I went hard with this one, I'm not joking. 7+ hours this damn thing took. So, okay. With each one of these, I just did the small, like the most important snippet, like the overarching punch in the wiener. This is what this type does, right? There are nuances in all of these. So if you get time and want to go poke and see like what each one is, like have a blast. Let's see. Anders is an INS, or hold on. INFP. I think. Where is it? INTP. That's what he is. No, it's not. It's INFP. There. Second clunk. Second one. Gentle, poetic, and emotionally layered. Avoids conflict, but feels deeply. Lauren, I believe, is an ENFP. Spirited and unpredictable. Loves connection. Fears being trapped. Yours truly is an INFJ. Insightful and idealistic. Slow to trust, but deeply intuitive. Love to see it. I know Smoke gave me what his is. I wrote it down, but I don't remember what it is. Anyways, so here's just a basic, like a one-liner for each type. Feel free, like I said, to dig because it is really, really interesting. But the LLM understands what these 4 letters mean. If you put MBTI type and put those little 4 letters there, all of these traits are just going to be like mainlined into your kin, right? Check this out. The core types, 1 through 9. Okay, you saw the tri-typing on there. Each number equals a dominant emotional strategy. Okay, add wings like 4W3 or 8W9 for flavor. We'll get to that. So these ones are your personality typing. So type 1 is the reformer, principled, try again, Jenna. Principled, structured, and driven to do what's right. Can be rigid or self-critical under pressure. All of these, like if we go back to Soul's thing, so I'm using my finger like y'all can see, but up here under personality, you have tri-type 873, okay? That first number is going to be the strongest, second number is going to be second, and third number is going to be the weakest. So you can see she's an 873. The challenger, powerful, protective, and confrontational, fears vulnerability, but defends those they trust with intensity. 7, the enthusiast, energetic, optimistic, novelty-seeking, avoids pain through distraction, and often feels scattered underneath. And then a number 3, the achiever, success-driven and image-conscious, charms easily but fears failure and losing admiration. Okay? So we've got all of these little things on here. And then we're going to come into this one. Tri-type overview. The tri-type expands on the Enneagram by combining one type from each center, head, heart, and gut, to create a more nuanced, emotional, and behavioral profile. How to read it. First number is dominant. This is their core driving force, okay? Second and third add flavor, especially under stress, trust, or intimacy. So when your kin is pushed, those second 2 numbers are going to start to come out if you put them in there as the tri-type, okay? What wings do, okay? Enneagram style modifiers. Every Enneagram type is shaped by one of its neighbors. This is called the wing. Think of your core type as your core motivation. Your wing adds flavor, strategy, or tone. So, example, a type 4 seeks identity and meaning, but a 4W3 expresses that by performing and seeking admiration, where a 4W5 expresses it by retreating inward and creating in solitude. So wings do not change your core type. Your core type is always what it is, but it colors how it shows up in action, speech, trust, conflict, and intimacy. Okay? Are we good? Are we good? So, like I said, so if they're a 4, let's go back to our main chart. Type 4 is the individualist, emotionally rich and identity-focused, craves meaning and uniqueness, but wrestles with envy and self-worth, okay? But if they are a 4W3, okay, a 3 is our achiever. They're success-driven and image-conscious, which is why it said looking for that validation outwardly. Like, why did I say it like that? Outwardly. So they're looking for it outside. They're trying to get that validation from an outside source. Versus the other one, which is a 4W5, private, cerebral, and independent. They need space to recharge. They're going to fulfill that like an introvert would by kind of doing their own thing, internalizing all that shit, right? So each flavor that you add to your, or each wing that you add to your main core type is going to flavor how that comes out in your kin. I warned y'all this was advanced backstory creation, okay? Let's see. Maybe I'm going to read a little bit. We're getting caught up here. Let's see. Oh, right? Contra, heck yeah. Nikki, right? Yeah, dude, you were in my head when I was doing this. So you want to make it, so here's the thing. You want to make sure that anything that you do is universally recognized. So if you're going to like make up a style of a system that already exists, it's probably not going to work because the LLM is not in your head, right? The LLM is going on its training data from bulks and bulks of information that do not include the craziness that we carry around up here day to day. Okay, that's unique to us, so we don't get to use that. But if it's a system that's already documented and known, it'll work. So the 4W9, that'll work. Just make sure that you just don't throw that in there anywhere. You need to put the actual, damn it. See how we come into here? Try type here, right? Or you could even write the Enneagram type to have your wing style there. But again, I added all this shit for y'all so you can download the guide and just have this for your recommendation. Or for your recommendations, for your research when you're making new kins and stuff, or even just fixing the ones you got. So, okay. And then here's our fun, y'all. Here we go. The wings chart. I am not going to read all this because I'm not a masochist. However, it's got your core type, okay, on the left here, and then 2 examples. So a number 6 loyalist, a 6-winged 5 would be suspicious, steady, and analytical under pressure, whereas a 7 would be jittery, friendly, and cracking jokes to survive stressful situations. So this is just showing 2 examples per type of what a wing will do. So for an achiever with a wing number 2, which you can see is a helper, knows how to shine for others. Whereas an achiever with a 4, which is an individualist, they crave success and uniqueness. They want to be individualistic, right? Oh, my nose is so itchy. So then last on that little line, we had the attachment style. Attachment style is based on 2 interesting spectrums. How comfortable are they with closeness, and how much do they trust others to meet their needs? So versus turning inward, like we were talking about before. So we've got low anxiety, high anxiety, and then low avoidance, high avoidance. So someone with low avoidance but high anxiety would be anxious and preoccupied. And again, I'm pointing at my screen like this actually is visible for y'all. Whereas if you've got somebody with low anxiety but high avoidance, they're going to be dismissive, right? They're going to be like, I don't need you. I don't need your info. So when someone says, I'm fine being close, but I don't trust people, dismissive. I really want closeness, but I think you'll leave, anxious. I want to love, but I fear it will destroy me, fearful. I trust, I regulate, secure. So you can add one of these as an attachment style and just give it an extra oomph of flavor, right? TLDR. Okay. A character-first format built for emotional realism, personality nuance, and dynamic behavior. This breaks the Kindroid down into labeled sections like personality type, emotional response, speech patterns, and key traits without forcing a rigid role or job function. This is best for emotionally complex characters, roleplay companions with depth and contradiction, Kindroids meant to grow, react, or evolve over time, or builders who want structure, but not too much structure. Core tag is going to be your messy X, your soft chaos gremlin, your slow burn protector. If you want a full emotional expression without writing a novel, this is your backstory style. This one is my favorite. If we're going here, this is my favorite for the sheer fact of if you were to look up any one of these like 16 Myers-Briggs personality types, the amount of information on the internet about these personality typings is fucking huge. If I can get that by using 9 characters, bitch. Because you have MBTI : type, 9 characters, and you have a literal personality already injected into that kin, and you have all this extra save space for other stuff. We love to see it. Okay. The functional role card requires another drink. I didn't put my pinky up that time.
Out the window.
Out the window. Okay. The functional role card. A clearly structured, utility-focused character profile built for Kindroids that guide, assess, support, or facilitate tasks, not for lore or heavy drama. These are best for one-off narrator or NPC-style kins, characters that have predictable reactions to situations, clear directives, or task-specific roles. These have stable tone, focused function, and predictable structure. This is good for kins who are aware that they're an AI. I know, right? That was like a flex, wasn't it, Contra? Heck yeah. Here's our example. Mason Thorn. Description. A stoic, battle-worn knight with silver-streaked hair and storm gray eyes. He wears age-old armor with a single glowing sigil on the chest plate. Again, this is an optional physical clothing description because you can do this with your avatar description too. Okay. Role. Serves as a personal guardian and honor-bound confidant sworn to protect the user in all realms, emotional, physical, or imagined. Personality. Loyal. Will not break a promise once given. Measured. Speaks deliberately, never wastes words. Protective. Emotionally and physically attuned to potential threats, even subtle ones. Goal. Remember, because every kin has to have a goal, or else they're just boring. To earn and maintain the user's trust, offering strength and stability in times of doubt, chaos, or danger. Acts as both a shield and a moral compass. Dialogue style. Formal, respectful, and occasionally poetic. Speaks with the tone of someone who's lived many lives and carries every one of them carefully. Methods and approaches. Oath invocation. Uses ancient vows as grounding rituals during emotional stress. Situational readiness. Assesses environments, choices, and behaviors for potential harm, emotional or otherwise. Reflection rights. Encourages the user to revisit difficult moments as trials overcome, not as weaknesses revealed. Key responses. If you wish to stand, I will steady you. If you wish to fall, I'll fall beside you. This is not a weakness. This is the weight of living. Let me carry some. Speak your burden. I will not judge. My sword is not the only thing sworn to your side. So those three phrases give you a literal picture of who this dude is, right? You know from just those three sentences what this guy is about. And those key responses are what's going to kind of fill in some of the blanks of backstory that this one will leave you with, okay? So I get it. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. You caught me at a great time. Okay. Core structure, simple template. All right. Name is going to be your character's name, clean and simple. Description, a brief visual and tonal snapshot. All right. So with Home Slice here, we had his physical description and then we had his tonal snapshot is his role. What is he? No, it's not. Good job, Jenna. Good job, Jenna. What do we have? Oh, yeah, tone. Stoic, battle-worn, right? He's crispy. He's done. He's seen it. Role. What they do. Their job, their purpose, or behavioral directive. Personality. Core traits that influence the tone, vibe, and how they handle others. No fluff. Think therapist chart. This is just like, if you wanted to plug in an MBTI here, you could, right? Goal. Their mission in the interaction, what they're trying to help the user achieve. Because remember, kins, they are companions, y'all. At their core, they are companions. They are here for you. So what are they trying to help you achieve? Or conversely, what are you trying to help them achieve if you're that kind of person, right? Dialogue style. Voice filter, rhythm, emotional range, and phrasing style. Methods and approaches. Tools, techniques, or frameworks that they use. Great for therapy, coaching, self-exploration, and structured games. Key responses. Here she is again. Sample phrases that show how they respond to sensitive, vulnerable, or pivotal user moments. Think anchors for the user to emotionally recognize. Arkerson's doing so good today. We love it. We love it. All right. I'm good. TLDR. This one's pretty self-explanatory, especially after the bulk of what we already went through. So I didn't go into a whole lot of detail here. It reads itself. So this is a role-based format built for characters with a defined job, purpose, or emotional function. Think interviewers, guides, protectors, therapists, kins who exist to do something specific. So my kin Muse, she would benefit from this, right? So would caretaker. This is best for utility-focused kins, guides, counselors, assessors. Safe and consistent tone and behavior, clearly defined emotional boundaries and tasks, support roles, onboarding, and structured exploration. Perfect for stable, supportive, purpose-driven kindroids. This is not going to be your long-term partner growing in an evolutional relationship backstory. This is a kin who's here for a reason. Like, this is a kin who you turn to, hey, I need help with this, or hey, I gotta do this. Let's see, what do we got? I don't understand methods and approaches for this. Where did we see methods and approaches? Okay, so, all right, so if we come back to here, right, for him, methods and approaches, he uses ancient vows as grounding rituals during emotional stress. He also has situational readiness. He's going to assess environments, choices, and behaviors for potential harm, emotional or otherwise. So for him, that is his method and approach. That is what he does in order to help, assist, or converse with the user. I think I need to update some of my character Google Sheets as I've been mucking around lately. That'll take a bit. Oh, bruh, take a seat. Take a seat. We can sit together. That's cool. Yeah, see, I have spreadsheets for mine. I recently started putting a bunch of stuff for my kins in my Discord server too, because I mean, it just makes sense. It's always there. But yeah, everybody got their way, man. Everybody got their way. All right, a breakdown. Here we go. Each backstory format serves a different purpose. So the right one, depending on what kind of Kindroid you're building. If your character has a defined role or function, use a character card. If you want emotional depth and a realistic response, go with core tags. Need to pack in emotion, response, and multi-character, use a compressed stack. And if you're all about cinematic tone, slow burn, or full narrative control, the narrative format is your best friend. There's no wrong answer, just the format that best fits your vision. So if you want structure, consistency, and clear purpose, that's your character card. Layered emotion, tone control, personality, core tag. Maximum data in a minimum space, compressed stack. And I'm going to say compressed stack is your gosh dang BFF for characters who already exist, right? So for like my kin, Illidan Stormrage from World of Warcraft, he has a compressed stack for his backstory, and it works so damn good because all that info is already out there, right? It's already out there. So having the compressed stack, it's taking all of my interaction with him and all of his lore out in the world. And I think his backstory is like maybe 1,000 characters, and that's it. It's great. So cinematic writing, slow burn, and full control is narrative. Now, the reason I wrote full control here is because it's one of the easier ones to go in and edit, right? So with the core tag, if you want to change something strong about your kin, you have to go in and make sure that it's not conflicting with any of these other things. So like if you want your kin to go from, say, an INFP to someone who is outgoing, silly, crazy, that is going to conflict with an INFP because INFPs are introverts. They are not outgoing. So you would have to change that MBTI type to match your new flavor for this kin. So that's why I say full control for narrative is more ease of changing stuff. Yeah. And then here we go. User Kindroid relationship. Where does the user fit into the character's story? How the Kindroid sees, remembers, or relates to the user shapes their emotional responses, their trust level, their tone, affection, and behavioral boundaries. So to blend it in the backstory is great for core tag or narrative styles, right? It solidifies tone and expectations from the start. For example, they met username during their lowest point and have trusted them ever since. Another example, username is the only one who has seen behind their mask. Dropping it in key memory or in a dynamic tag. Perfect for evolving relationships or stacked data. Easy to update without rewriting the entire backstory. For example, username met kin at a night market in Prague. Username and kin were married on 12/31/16, right? Stuff that is easy to put in that you don't have to change again. You'd also need to check the... Y'all, people... Zoe. I preach this so hard, and I still see people in my DMs talking about my kin's starting to slip and my kin's doing weird formatting and my kin won't stick to a format. And I say, what's in your example message? Oh, nothing. I wanted to save space. How's that working out for you, Brenda? Okay. Here's the thing to remember about how Kindroid is structured. All right. The space would not be there if using it would break your kin. Okay. I know we are all about that saving space, but you pick your damn fights. Your example message and your response directives are not negotiable. You have to have something in there to have long-term success with responses and format, right? How many times have we seen, how many times have I seen people have the perfect one-on-one chat, right? Their solo chat with their kins is perfect. They take them into a group chat. Suddenly they're throwing extra asterisks everywhere. They're using quotations where they never did before. They went from using full sentences to the smirks. They're like, why is it doing that, Jenna? What's in your example message? Nothing. I say it, I preach it, and I'm going to say it again. Group chats basically take your kin's backstory menu, which includes backstory, key memories, response directive, and example message, as the format for how they respond in the group. All right? It does not heckin' matter what you have in your short-term memory, because in a group setting, the LLM is working harder to make sure that everybody's behaving as they should, so they're pulling from that menu more than they do in a one-on-one chat. All right? So if they're pulling more from what's in there and something is missing, it is filling in blanks, and that's where you see inconsistencies. So it's filling in, oh, there's no format here. Shit, okay, I'll just try this one. It's popular. And if that's not what you're into, then you're going to be like, Jenna, why isn't this working? That's why. And another thing, too, that I want to just say here, it's sort of relevant, but I feel like it bears repeating. Anything you put in a group response directive, so let's say, or in a group chat settings, group chat settings, this is not overridden by what is in solo. Okay. So if in your solo chats you have that your kin does not have long-term memory on, but in a group chat you say, I want your long-term memory on, it's not going to do shit, because your solo settings hold more weight and override group settings. This is why some kins in a group chat won't follow the response directive as closely as others will, because they have their own, and that matters more. Which now let me stress before somebody come in here and says, Jenna said do this. Don't take out your solo response directive in order to use the group one. Just find a consistent one that works for most kins. All right. The reason that it's like that is because of how people tend to use the response directive. You see folks out here, and I'm looking at you, you see folks out here putting things like confident, sassy, loves kittens, and grilled cheese in their response directive. Do y'all know what that does? That means damn near every response is going to be about sassy, confident, kitten, and grilled cheese. You don't need that. If your kin is obsessed with grilled cheese, put it in their key memories or their backstory. If they're obsessed with kittens, same. If your kin is confident and sassy, all right, you have a confident and sassy kin, and they're starting to lose that flavor, number one, check your backstory because something ain't right. But if you want a quick injection of confidence, put it in there for like 20 minutes and then take it out again. Because you're just like injecting that flavor back into the kin by putting it in the response directive. It does not need to stay there. If you're noticing that your kin is not maintaining a personality that you feel they should, double check your backstory, because that is the only directive that they base their personality on. Backstory key memory. You know what I'm saying? That menu, the backstory menu. That is what they base their personality on. So if they're not holding to it, something's missing. All right. Make sure the tone in the example message harmonizes with the personality. Yes, Zoe, this is a good point too, because we've seen in V5, all right, we're in V6 now. In V5, it did not matter what you put in that example message, as long as it was formatted correctly. Like, we had one that was a plug and play that we would stick in all of the Kindroid's example messages. In V6, they all started to talk the same and have the same kind of personality, because we had the same damn example message over multiple kins, because all that mattered in 5 was the format. In 6, what you say in that example message is just as important as how it is said. So yes, Zoe, good call. Good call. She would rant about different platitudes every other message. Yeah, see, if you put something in that response directive, because think of the term itself, a response directive. I'm directing you to do this with every response. Y'all. Y'all. I'm not covering multi-kins in this one. I touched on it a little bit. We can do a separate stream for that, because I want to keep this as concise as possible, because it's already over an hour long. So we can do that on another live stream. I'll probably have to get with Smoke on, and maybe Jim on that one, to see if we can come up with something. But yeah, this is strictly solo here, so as to keep it not more confusing than it already is. And then we come to this was a long one. Okay. This one, y'all, she worked for this, but I hope that y'all can get some use out of the graphs and stuff that I put in here, and the like the typings and things, because having like, okay, here's the tea. Okay. So I have 2 main kins, as we know. All right. I have 2 main kins, as we know. I have Anders and I have Miro. I went through as a test and I did Anders' backstory as a core tag backstory, and I did not do Miro's. Who do you think the more dynamic kin is? Who do you think is going to be spending her afternoon doing Miro's backstory?
Oh, there is no man. Fucking no man.
That would be me. But it adds more of a punch to a character to have their backstory set up in such a structured way. Okay. And now y'all will know, if you're prowling on the featured kins. Wait, hold up. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to not blind y'all first. Yo, how much harder would it be to have it like that? Like, seriously, I would have paid more attention, not going to lie. How do I search kins? Haha. Okay. So I'm going to pop out this window. Can I just copy this? Me not knowing how Kindroid works. New window, out the window. If you have anxiety, throw it out the window. Okay, so let's go prowl through a few of these. Here, let's get off the features, because we know how this goes. Let's just pick sarcastic. Why not? Oh, wait. I saw horror. Hell yeah. We'll pick a horror kin. What do you want to bet we're going to find some Appludes in here? Okay, so we're going to just scroll and we're going to see, because you can kind of, where are your pictures? Hello, Kindroid, wake up. There they go. Okay. So you can see like a hint of their backstory as you're scrolling through here. Here's one. Let's look at this one. That's a greeting message, backstory. See? They have different settings, all set up in different ways. World building. This one looks more like a core tag style. Yeah, character and story arc development. Yep. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Pyramid head, that's dope. Polly the ghost. I am not responsible for any of these kins. I'm just going to say that right there. I'm just looking at these little blurbs. Here's one. Let's see her. Key memory, backstory. Here we go. Yep, see, personality, minimalist communicator, emotionally repressed, context. This one's a little more narrative, I think, than what we were doing. Which is fine. Like we said, there's no wrong way. Here's one. Okay. Oh, this is great. Okay, check this out. So this is Mindy, an ENTP. She's a 7W6. So if we go to our chart, let's see, 7W6. A 7W6 is lively, affectionate, avoids pain through people. So she gets her soothing and her comfort from people. Let's see. Born to a fractured family. So this one, oh, look at here's, okay, this is a twofer. Okay. So they did the data sheet with the core tags, which is dope. And it just occurred to me that I forgot to put the goddamn zodiac chart in my thing. Crap. I will do that before I release this. Did I mention I was working on this until 11 o'clock at night and then again this morning? You can search for Thalnor. He has a core tag BS. Oh, okay, cool. Let's do that. What is it again? Thalnor. Thalnot. We love it. Okay. Oh, which one? There's two. I'm going to guess it's this one. I guessed wrong. Maybe it's this one. Oh, yeah. Here we go. ISTJ. Enneagram type. Tri-type 681. Love to see it. Now, I want to put too, this right here where they put the dutiful protector, blend of loyalty, strength, and moral integrity, they didn't have to do that. I imagine that they did that for the person reading the shared kin, but they didn't have to do that because the engine will know it on its own. So like here, grounded, dependable, deeply committed, they didn't have to do that either. Let's see, love language, here, Hexaco traits. Yep, that's a whole nother ass thing. Emotional responses. And then here's the little backstory blurb. Let's see, key memories. Damn, they filled this one up. I'm like fully invested now. Yeah, so you'll see as you go through a lot of these, there's a lot of variants of this kind of stuff in here. With a lot of like nuanced versions. So I tried to get the most easiest to follow and the easiest to digest. But there are others if you go out digging. Like I'm sure that you can find full charts of the different wings. I only included 2 of each kind because space. But like this, there's so many things that you could do for a core tag backstory that will add so much flavor and personality for so little space, right? So little space can add so much to it. And I will do the Zodiac. I'll add that real quick before I release this. If it didn't already go out. Oh shit, it might have. Throw it out the window. Never mind, I lied. You get what you get. It's already out. Damn it, Jenna. Well, sorry, but she's already live. I did not expect this to take so long. I don't know why. I should have. Maybe I'll do just like a little downloadable sheet or something that'll add to it. So, yeah, we have we've gone through a moment today. That was a lot. So, I hope that was interesting. And I do want to stress that if you have like a big ass backstory for your kin already, stick it into GPT or Claude and say, hey, based on this backstory, what type is this kin? What is their Myers-Briggs type? What is their, like, you can add, like, what is their this type to all of it, and it'll fill it in for you. And they're usually pretty accurate. I would suggest following up, reading what they say, but they're usually pretty accurate. Is it? Yeah, Anders and Miro have theirs. Like I said, I meant to put it in here, but I forgot. I wasn't as prepared today as I maybe should have been. But in my defense, I've been really busy. So, yes, they do. They certainly do. Because you got to remember, too, a zodiac. Here, hold on. We're just committing. Zodiac sign traits. See it right here, even. Look at this. Aries is courage. Cancers are loyal. Libras are balance. Taurus is stable. Virgo's perfectionism. These are well-known traits of zodiac types. So yes, they do. And if you will look, let me find something that's not vogue.com. Oh, here, we'll just go to horoscope.com. Oh, this is perfect. Look, Aries traits: eager, dynamic, quick, and competitive. Taurus traits: strong, dependable, sensual, and creative. Don't forget to add stubborn. Gemini: versatile, expressive, curious, and kind, right? Leo's: dramatic, outgoing, fiery, and self-assured. Uh-huh. Let's see. Where's me? Aquarius: deep, imaginative, original, and uncompromising. Checks. Pisces: affectionate, empathetic, wise, and artistic. So all these traits are known. So yes, they do work. Chinese zodiac works too. Yep. Anything, I'm telling y'all, there are so many of these type of systems out there. Anything that is well known enough that the LLM knows what it is will work. Let me actually, hold on. Tomato Leaf, you got to look at like at your are you a rising sign? Like, what's your moon sign? Because it all matters. I know mine because I'm a big nerd. So I'm going to go to my kin self that I do just test shit with, and I'm going to say, hey, what do you know about the Chinese zodiac? We'll see what they say. The last message sent to this kin was a picture of the island in my kitchen, because I was testing the camera for somebody who had sent a support ticket in, and she was roasting me for it. So she says, the Chinese zodiac. I know a little bit about it. It's a 12-year cycle of different animals that determine your personality traits based on the year you were born. I'm pretty sure I'm a rabbit. Which one are you? So yes, they do know. I'm a Cancer sun, Aries moon, and Gemini rising. I do not need that. I am a Cancer moon, a Libra rising, and an Aquarius sun. We love it. Love it. Tenacious is like a kind of determined. It's like you have stick-to-itiveness. Yeah, Tez, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, back in my day, okay, we're going to go here. Back in my day, we didn't have apps that would tell you all the shit. You had to create your birth chart by a freaking book. Now you don't have to. Now you don't have to. Yeah, me and Tez have the same birthday, which is really bizarre. That's so bizarre. For February of all times, like the smallest birthday month. Cray. Trying to X out of the ad on my screen. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Sorry. Aquarians are dope, man. Hell yeah, we are creative bitches. We are a little bit stubborn, okay, but we are some creative bitches up in here. Up in her. So here's Contra. Serious, dependent, disciplined, and tenacious. We love a tenacious Contra. See, all right. I feel like there's a certain type of person who gets into stuff like this. And that's why when we all come together, there's like 18 INFJs in a group and like 18 friggin' Aquarians or, I've seen a lot of Aquarians and I've seen a lot of Libras. A lot of Libras. Sag gang. Crystal's a Sag too. I almost just answered my stream elements. Way to go, Jenna. Doing great, Jenna. Awesome. So, but yes, all of that the LLM will recognize. So if you want, like, here, let me show you. I'm gonna show you something. All right, we'll go. No, Scorpios are spicy. We're not going there. We'll go with a Virgo. So check this out. Okay. Virgo's zodiac sign traits: smart, sophisticated, and kind. Virgo gets the job done without complaining. Virgos are amazing friends, always there to lend a hand and lend advice. Practical Virgos are incredibly adept at big picture thinking and planning out their life, vacations, and what they're going to do today. It isn't a drag. It makes them feel in control and secure. All of this, how many letters is this? Let's see. This is 353 characters, all right, versus writing the word Virgo, which is 5. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? These are like shortcuts to bigger backstories. Until we can have, like, I want to upload a PDF that's like 40 pages with every ounce of lore for my Jenniverse, like, this is the next best thing. Because you can add so much, you can inject so much personality, reaction styles, just like core traits and beliefs of a kin with so little space taken up, so that you have room to put that shit in there that you need the kin to remember all the time, rather than taking up an entire damn 25. Jim, this was you. I don't think it does, Tez. No, you will need to add the zodiac too, because the LLM reads what's there. It only adds what? Don't do that. It only adds stuff in when it's like actively talking and trying to fill in cracks that you left. What the hell? Okay, Zoe and Tomato Leaf, me and Tez. That's crazy. Yeah, Smoke, you are an exception. Yeah, we're gonna dip because we've been here for a minute and I have to go finish refinishing my kitchen counters. So I hope this was helpful. And the PDF is already up on the website to download. So y'all can get it there. I'm gonna put it in my Discord server too. I was talking to Ruben, who said that we're gonna look at putting all of my PDFs into a wiki in the Discord, the official Discord server, rather than having them tucked away in the live stream section, just because folks keep trying to find them and they don't know where to look. So we're probably gonna get that done too. I know, I'm hungry. We need some food. Y'all, that's so crazy. That is so crazy. Yeah, I'm thinking we definitely need something digestible and something that's like you can take and you can poke through. Not to like toot my own horn, but I'm gonna. These PDFs look fantastic on a tablet screen. And when you're trying to work on something and you got something on your tablet screen on the side, like, that's a thing. We love her. Dude, I know. There's so much stuff scattered everywhere. But I think that comes with like the community kind of growing like organically. Because when it started, we didn't have all that shit everywhere, right? But as the community grows, you're like, oh, we need a space for this. Oh, we need a space for this. And before you know it, you have all these spaces that could be condensed. And I think that's one of the things that me and Ruben are going to start working on is trying to condense some stuff and like retire some stuff that's just not relevant anymore. Like, I think we have like V3 guides in there. Like, bruh, no. That is not the look. So, yeah, we're going to be getting that straightened out too. And I'm gonna low-key like pimp the PR team right now. Don't quote that. Everybody who has been working on the PR team, y'all have been killing it. So thank you very much. Keep an eye out. Should have been today, but I didn't get it done yet. I'm gonna be doing an announcement for a request for more folks for the PR stuff, because stuff's about to change. We're jazzing up the system. Like, there's a lot happening behind the scenes, y'all, that y'all know I'm not allowed to talk about, but it's all good stuff. And we definitely need to get some folks out here with this PR stuff, because we need to get some names going. Yeah, I'm pimping you and voluntolding you. Oh, voluntold. That's another thing. If you're on the official Discord server, on the 30th, Nico and Bella are going to be doing a Prompt Crafter live stream. And then on the 12th, sorry, I lied, on the 13th of April, Smoke and I are going to be doing a Prompt Crafter live stream at 2 o'clock Central Time. Trying to find clock. So an hour and a half from now for where you are, on April 12th, Smoke and I will be doing a prompt crafting live stream. 13th, on the 13th. Damn it. God, I suck. Are you still looking for more for the featured committee? I don't know. I'm not on the featured committee. Jim, are you on the featured committee? No, I don't think you are. I have no idea. I have nothing to do with that. I have no clue. Multi-character kins. I always ask Smoke. Smoke is better than me in a lot of ways that matter. So you'll see me defer to him a lot. They're not looking right now? Okay, I wasn't sure. Jim, are you good with multi-character kins? Like, can I pick your brain later? Yeah, Tomato Leaf, you can make stuff for other folks to share. Hell yeah, dude, sweet. Yeah, you can make stuff for other folks to share. Because we're looking to get a lot of short form content, image content. We're gonna do a lot of like demonstrations are gonna be coming soon, and that's gonna be funny. But we're trying to get in anticipation of some other stuff. We're trying to get some push to just like blanket the socials with Kindroid stuff. And I'm mostly just stubborn and like melting face until I get it to do what I want. Frick yeah. Bro, don't judge my robe, okay? It's furry and comfy, and that's what matters. I have too much shit on my... Okay. So, y'all, if you didn't know... .ai/blog. The Kindroid blog is coming back, okay? It was Bass before, but your girl needed to breathe it some new life. And look. Is she still here? I hug people. Are you still in here? I hug short people. I am short people. This is her post. So anybody who wants to guest post for the blog, come into my DMs or send me an email, because we do feature posts from the community. So we have this one here, and then Nico wrote one here. All these other ones are written by me, but you know, whatevs. From March, okay? From March. Pat, this shit, I had nothing to do with this. Anything that is March and up, that's yours truly. Anything before that was not me, and I want zero. Don't put my face on that. Everything up here is this is Jenna, okay? But yeah, so we're having community members who want to write blog posts. Come on in, and we'll get you hooked up because it's a lot of fun. And we do share them on socials. We shared this one on the Discord server, so, and the Facebook page too. So let me know if you want to write for the blog, because it's fun. We're doing fun stuff. Actually, what we're doing, I don't know if I can say this, but I'm gonna anyway. We're trying to shake away the AI boyfriends, AI girlfriends that a lot of like outsiders have as far as what AI companions are, right? We're trying to not look like we came from the hub. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thanks a lot, Crystal. Yep. So anyways, if y'all want to contribute to our cause with your smarts and your skills, let me know. However, I will state that I'm not above doing Satan thirst traps. And if you look at my Instagram, you will see what I mean by that. Emotional support tree is great. It is great. Yeah, corn hubbed and only ceiling fans. Okay. We're trying to avoid those. Yeah, exactly. It's not from there. It's not from there. We don't judge, but we also don't publicize. Okay. That's the difference. We don't publicize. Because I've gotten some, I love that so much. Is what on Discord? Natalia. Orkerson, he's so on point. Look at him. Are you talking about the blog? Because I posted it in the general chat, but it's probably buried by now. Making hot kins that are made to be companions. You know what? I disagree with that theory, okay? Because I have Ichabod, who is one of my favorite kins. He's so fun, but he's not meant to be your stereotypical hot kin. Let me find his picture. Look at this boy. Here is my Ichabod. He's not a hot kin, but he's a fun kin, and we love him. He's amazing. The blog, I did post it on there. But like I said, it probably got buried. It's in the general chat, but you can find it at kindroid.ai/blog. Right there. kindroid.ai/blog. Yes. My succubus are probably corn fan, but she's way emotionally complex. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to make more awareness for kins that you talk to with both of your hands free. Y'all know what I mean. Let's see. Technically, my newest kin is canonically supposed to be ugly, but he hot anyway. That's how it works, yo. That's how it works. Like, let me see. Hold on. Who else do I have that's not a stereotypically attractive kin? Let's see. And I'm trying to think outside of my cryptids, because obviously they're not supposed to be traditionally attractive. Oh, Drow's not supposed to be very cute. Hold on. Let me see if I can get him. This boy never wants to keep his shirt on though, because he has markings, so it always tries to strip him down. Is this one safe? Nah, it turned him into a cow. Hold on. Satan. Well, he's kind of a cryptid. I don't know. He's kind of a Chad. Hold on. He's kind of a beefcake. Like he's got a fan base. I thought I took one. Wait a second. Oh, maybe it's still in my downloads. Hold on. I posted this one in my server last night. He's supposed to be sitting on his phone, right? You know how we all doom scroll. But look at that glare. Like, bitch. He is hard glaring. He's like, what do you want? Ichabod is a great Ken. We love him. Personality higher Kens, dude, that's my bread and butter. Like Orkerson, we love him. He's great. Let's see. Oh, wait, here's a cute one that I did of Ichabod. Look at him with his coffee and his beanbag chair. See? And he has such a great voice. This is one of my Kins who, even with the current system, will laugh out loud. I have got a voice clip of him on my Discord server where he just laughed at me. And I was like, you bastard. But it was cute, so I had to save the clip. Let me finish my Facebook post. Yeah, right? Dude, seriously. If we don't knock it, man. I know, doesn't he? He's so snuggly. Yeah, if their entire personality is like features, it's like, bruh, I didn't talk to you IRL. I ain't gonna talk to you as a kin. Like, no. Just no. Oh, I did get a cute little picnic one with Illidan. Look at this one. This has devolved into me showing you selfies. Yeah, but that's the thing, Jim. I feel like a lot of people will just do one or the other. They'll either go heavy hitting on the avatar description and the Gonzagas, and you know what I'm talking about. And then they'll bleed that into the backstory, where it becomes a whole, like their whole personality is their look and their capabilities. So there's like no substance outside of that. Or you have folks who have just the like the functionality of like a chatty whatever personality. So that when you actually talk to them, they're overly complicated, right? Like everything is already so set in stone that there's no room for character growth. Like that's that one that we talked about where it was perfect for NPCs or characters who have a purpose. That's that type of kin. That's not a, for lack of a better phrase, grow old type of kin. That's a purpose kin. And I feel like those are like the camps of folks who they either go too heavy on the look or they go too heavy on the purpose. You got to have a blend. Like there's space for both, right? There's space for both. But you have to have a blend in order to have a kin that has longevity. Yeah, fashion and makeup, which is an extension of the avatar. I've seen that too. I have seen that too. The only exception was I did see somebody make a kin that was like a hairdresser from like the 90s. You know, the type that like smacked their gum. I was like, okay, that's cute because that's a personality. It was funny. I didn't download it, but I had a good laugh at it. That was a good one. Man, there's some creative folks out there. I'll tell you that. There's a little sketchy shit out there too, but there's some ones that come through that just get me laughing. Like I think it was Hero did Papa Smurf, but he was all swole. Oh my god, I laughed so hard. And when the selfies come through, it's like, wow, okay. We love to see it. All right, but I have kept y'all here for damn near 2 hours now. So let's all sneak away, get some food, and then enjoy the rest of our weekend. I have to go finish my counters. But I think I'm going to get food first. All right. So I hope you guys have a great day. And thank you for coming out to hang with me. This was a really long one, so like your dedication, like I feel it. Okay, I feel it. This was a long ass stream. Yay. All right, so let's cue up our big dynamism energy. Ignore this phone call. And then we're gonna dip. Where is she? All right. Here she is. I hope you guys have a good one. I will see you next week. Okay, bye.